Welcome back. We have a big pile of these here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and you can't see them all, but here they are. Here's all 8 of them. And now I have to paint them for reals. For reals. So I am gonna, ooh, you know what? This paint might be a little wet. And I am not liking this, so I might have to let this dry a little bit. Yeah, because that's really see-through. Yeah. I am not liking that at all. Not liking that. What have I done? I'm gonna switch brushes. Well, oh, what the? I was gonna use this brush, but look at that. It's very, like, not right. That is not brushy. We need to pick another brush. Because I think I use this for varnish or something, because it is just not working. Not working. You know what? Maybe I'll use my kid brush. This is like a little kid brush. And I'll just come up here and I'm gonna just put my first coat on and because I think I'm gonna end up having to coat these again because this doesn't appear to be doing very well. I added water to the paint while I was letting it dry. And I thought, oh, that's fine. I can do that. But it's now really wet and it doesn't appear to be like coating well. I don't know. Like here it's really horrible. And I kind of wanted to do like a light to dark, but that is not what's happening. Yeah, definitely not what's happening. What I wanted and what I'm getting are definitely not on the same page. So I am going to lightly coat these. Well, you know, not lightly, but you know, I'm coating them, but not like as much as if I was like really concerned about it. I think I'm going to come back and put a second coat. So I might even use a different color. I don't know. This is just not what should be happening. That's okay, because I think you guys are kind of used to things not going like they should. So and oh my, this is all my fault. If you're wondering what's going on and why the paints aren't coating very well, that's my fault. In my head, while these were drying, I made my paint, right? And then I was like, oh my goodness, while I'm waiting for these things to dry, my paint's gonna dry out. So I added water to them, and now I have like water dripping all over these paints. So that is what has happened. So I think I just messed up. So I'm going to just paint them. And then I will come back over them and give them a second coat after I let these paints dry a little bit. 'Cause look at that. That is not good coverage. And I don't even think it's going light to dark like it should be. I don't know what I've done. So I'm just throwing another coat on here. That's right. It's okay. Throwing my hands up in the air. I gotta have like different places to dry them too, because, you know, they're super wet. So I have 3 going this way. I think I'm gonna do the other 3 the other way. You know, portrait and landscape. Yes. Also, I'm not liking this because I think it's too teal, right? Right. I kind of want it to be blue, like the sky, but this looks really tealy. Does it look too tealy to you? Like, I don't know. Like an aqua. Like, yeah. It's a little too aqua. You know what? Maybe I'll just go with aqua. Why can't the sky be a little aqua? Anyway. I'm going to come back and these will all be aquafied, hopefully. I have to go over the edges. I got 3 more to do here. And I'm just doing this. And I will see you guys later. I have to let these all dry now before I can actually paint another coat. And I don't know. Definitely too aqua. Yep. Yep. How do I un-aqua blue without going dark blue? I have undecided what I'm doing, but hopefully I'll figure it out before the next video. I was trying to go dark to light. I don't know. I don't know what I am doing, but it is not working. Actually, when it dries, it doesn't look as aqua. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep using these paints. I mean, the worst that can happen is I cover them. Because I'm going to at least do one more coat, because this is ridiculous, people. This is ridiculous. My coverage is really bad. And I'm always complaining about paint coverage, but this time it's like really my fault. Like, don't add water to your paints, people. Yeah, that's my fault. Because I was like, I don't want it to dry out. Wimp. Wimp, wimp. Guess what? It didn't dry out, but now I have horrible coverage. And it all mixed together, and I don't know where the dark was and where the medium was and where the dark, see, look, different colors, see? But it's nearly impossible to see on my little plate. I don't know. I don't know what I did. I do know what I did. I just don't know why I did that. See, that's why it's better to mix the paints right when you're about to paint. Instead of like way in advance, trying to plan. And then spraying water on your paints. And then you're going to go, oh, what did I do wrong? You know what you did wrong? You tried to think. Thinking always goes badly for me. Anyway, I will be back. It's not a big deal. I think you guys already know that, you know, sometimes things don't go as planned, and we just add more paint. Just more paint. Nothing nobody's dying because I painted wrong. So, except for dying of boredom. Can't help that. So, and see, look, acrylic paints dry so fast. Look, it's already practically dry. See, look at that. Look at that. I can just go in there and just start painting. And start making messes. This brush sure holds a lot of paint. Like, too much paint, I think. Because, see? It's just too much paint. For this tiny painting, like, you know, it's too much. The sides are getting all gloppy. And I don't even know if I'm on camera. I don't know. It's okay, because we're gonna repaint this again, probably. Yeah. We gotta do this one. This is the last one. Not even on camera. I'm out of white paint. Almost out of white paint. So I don't think I can go any lighter. I should go to the store and buy some white paint. I might do that. Now, if I lived in a big city, I could like DoorDash myself white paint. But I do not. I live in like a small town, and I don't think any place has white paint in my small town because I already went somewhere looking for it. And I was like, I'm just going to have to use what I have. So, I mean, like, I could go to like a hardware store, but then it wouldn't be acrylic. And, you know, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Right? Right. And when I say I live in a small town, I mean, like, it's not like a tiny town. It's like around 5,000 people, which, you know, that's kind of a small town, right? Like, we don't have a Walmart here. I don't know if that's the classification for a small town or not. I gotta go to like the city for a Walmart. Or Michael's or anything else. I know in my town I can't buy gluten-free bread. How's that? Like, living in a town with no gluten-free bread, it's horrific. It sucks. I did check to make sure they sold gluten-free bread when I moved here, and the store sold it. And then after I moved here, they no longer sold gluten-free bread, which you guys may think is not a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. Because I would not have moved here could I not buy the gluten-free bread. So, but I did move here, and I bought the Start House, and then they stopped selling it. And it's like, dude, now I gotta drive 40 miles one way, 80 miles round trip to buy stupid bread. Or do without bread. Anyway, food allergies suck. So if you can just not have a food allergy, how awesome for you. As far as I know, unlike other allergies, there's not one yet where, you can get shots for gluten. Like, I don't think there is. Like, I know, like, peanuts, they have, like, this, like, therapy where you can, like, slowly get introduced and you don't have a gluten allergy anymore. Or, sorry, a peanut allergy anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't think they can do that with gluten yet. At least I don't think so. I mean, they might. Somebody could have came up with something like that. And if they did come up with something like that, that would be awesome. Because I can tell you, I would pay $1,000 to be able to eat a real donut. Probably more. Like, just to be able to walk into like a Krispy Kreme or a Dunkin' Donuts and not have to be like, nope, I can't have you. All of you are not able to be eaten. And like, you spend a lot of time when you're gluten-free reading labels, and it sucks. So I just want to throw that out there for anybody who doesn't have a food allergy. Don't get one. I'm laughing because obviously I don't think anybody goes out of their way to get one. There's like no, like there are people out there who are gluten-free because they choose to be. And I'm like, I am very glad that you people exist, because if you didn't, I would have a hard time getting stuff, because it's not just allergy folks that are, buying that gluten-free stuff. Ooh, some of you healthy people are like, we don't want gluten in our life. That's great. I am glad you exist, because if not, I probably would not have access to half of what I have access to. But at the same time, very inconvenient. And also very inconvenient when the store in your town stops selling bread. Also very inconvenient when you have somebody who needs to take a lunch to school every day and you can't make her sandwiches because, you know, the store stopped selling bread. So that's my life. I'm going to go through, I'm going to probably keep painting these off camera, and this is what they will all end up looking like without, yeah. They'll look like that. They'll look like something. I might give them a minute to dry. And I'll bang my white paint. Actually, I've got some outdoor paint. What makes it outdoor? I could use this. I'm kind of concerned though. What makes it outdoor? It says multi-surface. It says acrylic. Like, I wish, like, it had, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish it had, like, what's in it. Like, what's the ingredients? So that I know if I could, like, switch them out or something. I don't know. Bye. Sorry this took so long.